Bam. All right, that puts me live. Cool. I should be live now. Everyone should be able to see me. I'm on my lunch break while working from home, which is awesome. As you can see, my hair is just getting longer and longer because I can't go cut it because stuck at home. But the fortunate thing about that is when they say they're launching a trailer on a Thursday, which is a work day during a work hour, I could sort of schedule my lunch break and watch it. So that's one of the advantages from working from home. So that being said, please don't spoil the series for me. I haven't played SMT before, so this is going to be my first SMT game. I have it pre-ordered. I have a collector's edition pre-ordered. I actually have two collector's editions pre-ordered, so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that being said, haven't played it before. Don't have a plan on how to play it. I'd rather just go into it blind and enjoy the whole experience, take it all in. And yeah, that's a fun way to do it. That being said, trailer's coming out in 22 minutes. I've got the little page open here, and I figured we can just sort of chill in the meantime, chat a little bit, banter a little bit, maybe even check out that little news thing that I missed last time before it. I believe it's about 5-10 minutes long. And then we can jump into the reaction. It's 8 minutes long. Cool. So we might even be able to do that before the SMT5 World in Ruins trailer. And it's getting pretty hot here in Australia. Even though I have the blind down, it is just so hot. It is just so hot. But what can I do? I might have to start living with the air conditioner on, or I might have to stop wearing the tracksuit because, you know, tracksuit, more of a winter thing than a summer thing. And you might notice that the background is slowly getting updated a little bit. We have the Art of War that I've added recently. The fox painting you all know. You can actually see the titanium katana. You can also see King Bradley's swords from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. They're actually real, by the way. They're not fakes. They're not replicas. They're real bloody swords. So yeah, I'm slowly building up the back wall. So we'll add more to the collection. There's a few little slots waiting to be filled, but I don't want to rush it. I want the slots to be filled with something meaningful rather than anything, really. So, you know, it's one of those little things. So how's everyone doing? I'm guessing it's Wednesday for a lot of you, where it's Thursday for me. How's everyone finding the day so far? I'm finding it quite enjoyable drinking my little iced homemade coffee while Hutchins ordering some Japanese food so we can have some karaage and Kobe beef and takoyaki and all that good stuff at home. So we're looking forward to it. DLC Newcast, that was a good one. Yeah, we could probably do that. We've got 22 minutes before the trailer comes up. I'm keeping an eye on it so we can actually do that. They have a freaking thesaurus for the in-game demons of SMT5 as one of the collector's items. Is that in the collector's edition or not? I'll be honest, I don't actually know what's in the collector's edition. I went to pre-order a copy of the game, and I found that the collector's edition was available in limited quantity, and it was only like, you know, a little bit more expensive because Australia is expensive for everything. So I figured I might as well just grab it because it might have, you know, DLCs included as part of it. And then someone mentioned that there will be a few DLCs included in the SMT5 Digital Deluxe Edition, and my question was like, hang on, do collector's editions have DLCs included? And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, wait, then what the fuck? Because I typically just buy whatever the top end thing is, and it usually includes all the DLC. Like, for example, the Doom one, which came with the helmet. I bought it for the helmet, but it comes with the DLC that came out almost a year later because they said, well, you'll get a copy of the DLC when it comes out because you're buying the collector's edition. I'm like, cool, that's awesome. So apparently I don't get any of the DLCs despite buying a collector's edition. It's sort of like, oh, okay. Japan. Japan loves to do that. They're like, we're not going to release the whole game. We're going to release most of the game. And the rest we're going to package as DLC. And so if you want the game with DLC, you got to buy the Deluxe Edition, which is formerly known as the game. God damn it. It's become all too acceptable to sort of chop the game up and sell all these little components. It's become a thing. And people are going to say, okay, well, you have the core story. And I'm like, hang the fuck on. Back in the day, games used to have the core story as well as whatever else was in there. Nowadays, they've sort of come up with the idea, well, originally it was, We want to add on, but we don't want to release a completely new game. They used to release special editions, special edition versions of the game 1-2 years later. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition is an excellent example of that, where they rebalanced some of the modes as well as added a whole new character and gameplay. And, the idea of a DLC downloadable content is great, in which instead of buying the whole game with this special edition stuff, you could just add on the special edition stuff onto your base game, which I'm 100% for, because, they're creating new things. A little bit like the Ghost of Tsushima DLC, which was a completely new island, new enemies, they added horses, they added techniques, that's worth it. Instead, what they're doing nowadays is that they'll give you the core story most of the times. I don't want to jinx it, but they'll give you the core story most of the times. And then if you want whatever that's unlockable after this mission, you got to pay for it. Or if you want, and this is what really annoys me about some games, if you want skins or items that are already in the game, you got to pay extra for them, even though they're already in the game. So they haven't had to go out of their way to create new things. They're just putting something behind a paywall that's already in the game, which kind of makes me a little bit annoyed, because it's already in the game. They haven't created something new, which makes me criticize a lot of DLC. So it can be done in a good way. It can also be done in a bad way. I've never played SMT before, so I don't know. My whole experience with, Atlas, I ended up buying Persona 5, like the Ultimate Edition with all of the things, when it was on 75, 80% off, and I sort of bought it. I shit you not even a week later, they announced Persona 5 Royal Edition. And I was like, huh? And so Persona 5 Royal Edition basically had all those DLCs that were included in the Ultimate Edition as part of the base edition of Royal. And I was just like, you did me dirty, They did the dirty final massive sale. It's never been 75, 80% off before, And then they just like, it's redundant. So my experience with Atlas was a sour one. So excuse me if I'm a little bit on guard. All right. We have 13 minutes. Well, actually 22 minutes. I'm just going to refresh 22 minutes before this premieres. Oh no, this premieres in 7 minutes. No, so we don't actually have time to watch the news thing. So we'll just continue chatting for the next 7 minutes. I'm going to read some of the comments. They have a freaking thesaurus? Ah, yes. I wouldn't go into SMT5 without any help, since there are a lot of features that the game doesn't explain. Blind reaction. It's the enjoyable part. How does a person that's never played SMT react to playing SMT? That is what we have. That's the whole point of a blind reaction. Ah, yes, another thing to add for my collection. And it'd be Wednesday in America. That's sort of the point. At least I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. I like trying to, figure things out on my own. Collector's Edition contains Thesaurus of Demons. Nice. Soundtrack, one side with orchestral versions of past games, one side with SMT5 OST, a bag and a steelbook. Okay, cool. So that's what I get. So I get the Thesaurus. Sweet. And I get a soundtrack. Nice. That's nice. I can sort of like put it on my computer. The SMT5 DLC contains some exclusive demons and bosses, mainly for old school Nocturne fans. See, that's good then. They're actually adding new content that's not in the game itself, so I approve of that. The main DLC is pretty cheap. Luckily, the crossover is about $10 and the special quests are like $4 each. DLC is only in the eShop, as when they had the physical pre-orders, I'm sure DLC wasn't available yet. Fallout 4 with their workshops, where it downloads everything from there and blocking it behind a paywall. Let's not even go there. Haven't decided the DLC I'd get, maybe the crossover and the extra 3 side quests. Do wonder if they do more releases. They actually didn't. The vanilla game DLC was free enough. I want to know why Portuguese fans of Megami Tensei meme the shit out of the Mothman. Is it because of his chibi design? Asking the wrong guy. They mostly rage over how hard it is, especially compared to Persona. It can be fun, but it definitely see you try the hit it till he dies when it 99% won't work. the beautiful part is not telling me that it wouldn't work. So I try it, then I figure out very quickly that it doesn't work. And it's kind of funny. So, that's like the whole point. The whole point is not knowing what to expect. It's like going into a room that's pitch black and you can't see anything. And half the people probably know that they're left Lego blocks on the floor, and you're going in barefooted, and everyone's just like, I'm just waiting for the first scream. And then a few moments later, you just hear, ow, fuck, and someone steps on the other thing, and it's that sort of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. So basically, I'm avoiding any information about the game that I can get. Like, people keep telling me that it's hard. I'm like, great. Have you ever played Ninja Gaiden? That shit was hard. So I'm like, okay. But I'm a gamer, so okay. Why not? And if it ends up being too hard, then I'll probably go out of my way to figure out how to deal with it. But, let's cross that bridge how we get there. How many of you guys have actually played the previous games? I'm curious. Can I get a rough everyone just to post really quickly which of the SMT games they've played? I want to see, how many games people have played. Because from my understanding, this is 5. But there's more than that because there's spin-offs. So I don't even know how many games there are in total. Probably a lot. Persona being one spin-off, which is like its own thing now. That's a big spin-off of Galaxy. I'm gonna actually post in this. Got time to those editions. Haven't even played an SMT game yet. Load. All right, we got 3 minutes. I'm just gonna put this up, and there's a bunch of people in that chat, so I'm just trolling them. They're like, whoever's got the collector's edition, well done. And I'm like, I've got 2, and I haven't even played SMT5. It ain't hard. I'm getting mixed reviews. Playing Shin Megami Tensei 4, and personally, I think it's harder than Nocturne. I can't compare. Okay, so a lot of people played Nocturne. Some people played 4 and Nocturne. A lot of people played 3, 4, and 4.5. I'm guessing 4.5 is like DLC. Played Nocturne, DSJ 4 and 4F, Nocturne, DDS. I don't even know what those are acronyms for. I'm playing the one based on the original book series now. I'm going to guess that's 1 or 2. All right, we got 2 minutes, 3 minutes before they do this thing. Probably leaving something out. So you've played a few of them. You've played a few of them. You played 1 and a couple of other ones with 4 and then 3 and then something 1 and 2. So you probably played both of them. See, as soon as I see people respond with 3 lines of text, I know that I've played a lot of them. I don't even have to read it. When I see 3 lines, I'm like, yep, you've played a lot of them. You're watching anime? Don't apologize. You're having a good time. I'm currently on my work lunch break, which I'm enjoying. Best thing about working from home, I can do whatever I want during my lunch break. If I want to watch YouTube videos, I can watch YouTube videos. If I'm at work watching YouTube videos on my lunch break, it's frowned upon. It's like, why are you watching YouTube videos? Like, it's my lunch break. What, I'm not allowed to watch YouTube videos on my lunch break? What is this? It's like, oh, you should finish your lunch and get back to work. And I'm just like, no. How much do you pay me for? 7.3 hours. Okay, then 0.7 hours is my lunch break. I've got 40 minutes. Go away. Leave me alone. You want me to work during that time? Pay me. Just a reminder, blind LP does not mean no help. It only means no spoilers. There is a difference. Please be patient. Yeah, I mean, help could be considered backseating if the person's not asking for help. Because you're telling them, do this, do that. And most people are going to be like, dude, I'm playing the game here. And chatting with people. I don't want to read an instruction manual. If I wanted to read an instruction manual, I would have read the instruction manual, which I did not do. So technically, I'm playing. I mean, that's my understanding of it anyway. My understanding is if someone's asking for help, then help them. If they're not asking for help, let them play. It's like backseat driving. Put on the blinker. Put on the indicator. Wipe the windows. Brake at a red light. Don't accelerate. I mean, come on. That just causes accidents. You're disturbing me in my sandwich. What are you, a Resident Evil fan? Well, MT2 was basically a spin-off, reboot. Oh, right. So they wait, spin off or a reboot? I'm not going to pull the pin on the hand grenade that is the amount of spin-offs and respins and reboots that they've done. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to play it, and then once I've finished playing it, then I'll try to wrap my head around what's going on. Because there's no use trying to wrap your head around what's going on when you haven't even played it. Okay. I hear music. Alright, I'm playing on this. Cool. Bingo! My body is ready. Alright, let's put it on maximum res. Maximum's 1080p. Boo, Wendy. Where's 4K, Wendy? Boo, Wendy Testaberta. Boo. But then again, it is on the Switch. Like, you can't blame it for it being on the Switch and it having only... Oh, it's too loud? I'll put it on half. I'll minus 6 decibels. There we go. DLC Persona was just bonus costumes, but Persona games don't usually make DLC necessary. You can stuff if you want it. Anyone notice if you put your headphones down below a certain threshold, only one of them has sound, and then you have to go above the threshold and then both of them have sound? Alright, I put it on minus 6 decibels. It should not be that loud. It should not kill you. If it's still loud, just lower the volume. Lower it on your device. Chat's always delayed. It's just a fact of life. All right, let's see what we've got here. Come on, be good.
Anata ならきっと真に人のための世界を作ってくれると思う。私は君に未来を託すわ。
伝説の悪魔たちが闇から目覚め、東京を狙っている。
ここは東京なんか。
悪魔が徘徊する危険な場所だ。
今は魔界と呼ばれている。君は意図せず巻き込まれてしまった。君だけでも死に抗えるよう、私の力を全て託すことを誓おう。
So he gave up his whole body just to
私たちはナホビノと呼ばれる存在となった。この体であれば悪魔と戦い進むことができる。だがこのまま一人で魔界を進むのは危険だ。共に戦う仲間を作ることを推奨。悪魔会話を用いて相手を説得し仲間にしよう。悪魔と有利に戦う方法をレクチャーしよう。悪魔と戦う際、敵の弱点を突くとこちらの行動回数を増やすことができる。魔月比と呼ばれる霊力が最大に満ちた時、強力な技を放てる。強大な敵と対峙しても有利に戦うことができるだろう。戦力不足を感じれば仲間にした悪魔同士を合体させ、新たな悪魔を生み出すことが可能だ。また悪魔から入手したうつせみを使い、仲間のスキルや君自身の相性を変化できる。さらにダート各地に点在するミーツを集めれば特殊な技カムイを習得可能だ。君自身と仲間の戦力を強化して悪魔たちとの戦いに臨むことを推奨。
東京は滅びの危機を迎えているのだ。
だけど一体どうすれば。
その可能性、それが創世なのだ。
人の死が当然な時代の到来か。
恐れることはない。我らには神の加護がある。
俺さ、悪魔も戦いも怖くなって逃げたんだ。
人間は強くあれると信じるがゆえ
強くあることを諦めた人間に厳しいのだ。
力が欲しいか。お前を傷つけてきた者は世が消し去ってやろう。いい加減に認めろ。貴様らの神は死んだ。
光を目指すも闇を望むも自由だが、汝の意志はどこにある。
God, who it's away.
そして君は君だけの東京を手にするのだ。新女神転生5。
With the amount of times they're asking me what you desire, I will be incredibly upset if it isn't a unique experience for every player. Because they've said it so many times that my expectation is that my actions will determine the outcome of the gameplay. And don't tell me whether they do or not. So that's what I'm sort of expecting for and excited for. And you can definitely tell the difference between the, you know, the bosses and the regular demons. Just look at their relative size. You've got some of them that look like skyscrapers and other ones that are like this big. But, you know, we've been fooled before. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit of fun. It's going to be a little bit of fun, a little bit of grinding, and I'm sure at some point we're going to find ways to sort of abuse the crap out of the system and just upgrade. I believe they call them miracles to the point that we just OP. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It looks, it's a mix of so many things. I don't want to say Pokemon when it comes to weaknesses and getting a balanced team and sort of, you know, being prepared for most situations that you might be in, but I mean, that's the quickest way to describe a party of demons with varying strengths and weaknesses to know how to deal with different situations. You just think of a well-balanced Pokemon team. I don't know. Shoot me. I have expectations. That's your first mistake. Well, we'll see, won't we? Won't we? This has to be the final trailer. No way there can be more than this. They might have a trailer like 1 or 2 days before the game releases. It wouldn't surprise me. They do that. They might call that the launch trailer, you know, when it's about to go. Story choices are mainstream. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop reading that point there. But I like that. So we'll see how it goes. Again, it comes out here on Friday the 13th. No, Friday the 12th. Because it's a world release on the 11th, but they know the Australians would get it a day early if they did it on the 11th, as Square Enix found out the hard way. Oh yeah, we also got Persona early. We got it like 4 days early in Australia, so I was streaming Persona 5 Royal like 4 days before anyone else in the world got it. And in that case, I might take Friday off sort of on the 12th, which is 2 weeks away, just to play it. Which could be cool, and then we can play it on the Saturday, Sunday. So they'll give us like 3 days of playing it, and then I can just start uploading it on YouTube. I am going to double check what the output on the Switch is. I'm not actually sure Switch does 4K. I'm pretty sure this game's in 1080p. I'll have to double check. If it's in 4K, cool, I'll play it in 4K. If it's not in 4K, if it's only 1080p, then, you know, record it and upload it in 1080p. We'll do whatever the highest resolution on the console is, as we have done for everything else. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to run out of time, so I'm not going to do the news thing now. I might do it some other time, but, you know, so far, it's going to be good. The next 2 weeks are going to be good. I finished uploading Persona 5 Royal, so that's done. I'm editing out Nier Replicant, getting that up. I finished editing Uncharted 4. I started editing Mass Effect. I'm going to have to make some space on the hard drive so we can play SMT5. And yeah, things are looking good. And of course, the reaction channel is getting daily uploads. Full Metal Alchemist is probably going to be done in the next 3-4 weeks. We just almost finished Squid Game. And then it's going to be not Assassination Classroom. We finished that on Twitch and Patreon, but we haven't started that on YouTube. It's going to be ReZero Season 2 as well as Overlord Season 3. And then we'll see what we put on YouTube after that. But Anime Mondays, we're finishing Assassination Classroom Season 2 come next Monday. And we're continuing Dragon Ball Super. So it's going to be all good. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Maybe we can check the out DLC next time. Yeah, I'll see. I'll probably have to do that or record it on the side or squeeze it in during a live stream. I'm pretty much using up my lunch break for this, which is almost over. Switch 4K, lol. Yeah, you've pretty much answered my question. It's probably 1080p in that point, which isn't so bad. How long till the Nier LP is done for? 20 or so parts? Well, I haven't edited all the parts, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'm editing as it comes along. 4K edits are tricky because it takes a lot of time to upload. It's very tricky to edit. As long as you're editing more forward, it's all loaded. As soon as you try to go back, it takes like 5 minutes to load because 4K is just blah. So it's tricky. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. I've enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to it. The next 2 weeks are going to be fun. I'm going to take a day off on the 12th so I could play it on launch pretty much all day probably. We'll see what we do streaming wise, whether it's just like on YouTube or YouTube and Twitch or just Twitch. I'm not 100% sure because it is a Friday, so it's not a regularly scheduled time slot. So I'm half tempted just to do it straight on YouTube, especially if it's 1080p, because then I could just live stream it 1080p on YouTube and not have to worry about it. So we'll see. Interestingly, Pokemon came out after SMT, so Pokemon is actually SMT for kids. Pokemon is SMT. Instead of demons, they use fluffy little animals. You can definitely squeeze it in before you start 13 Sentinels. 13 Sentinels LP won't be edited for a while. I won't even start that LP until I've actually finished the game. Unfortunately, comments on YouTube sometimes aren't nice, and they start talking about stuff that's later on in the game, and I don't want to get shot in the knee with a spoiler. So I'm trying not to edit things until I finish playing them for most of the time, just because of that, or just avoiding comments. So yeah, I'm not even starting 13 Sentinels editing for a while. And probably Mass Effect's going to wait too. We're definitely going to be done Mass Effect 2 before I actually release anything. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys. I'm going to catch you tomorrow on Twitch. Shit, tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow's going to be Code Geass with Hutchon. And then we'll see what we do after that. Saturday is going to be 13 Sentinels. Sunday is going to be more Mass Effect. Monday is going to be Assassination Season 2 finale, as well as Dragon Ball Super. So I'll see you guys then. Would you react to Demon Analysis for SMT5? After I've played it? Sure. All right. I'll catch you guys on Twitch.